家好，我的名字是 Jessica， 我刚从 Northwood High School 毕业。下一年我打算去芝加哥对面的 Northwestern 大学学计算机。I just wanted to start off with a big thank you for this opportunity. I have an older brother who's 10 years my predecessor, so I've seen how much of a financial burden college can be on my family. And ever since, I've had the goal of going to college without troubling them too much. And this scholarship has just been a huge help towards that goal. 现在我的父母在开餐厅，也在做 DoorDash， 所以我从小也会去餐厅帮忙。当然，为了不让餐厅倒闭，有一些时候都会从早上10点到晚上10点做事儿。And of course, with such an extended work shift, especially during the times where it lasted months, the daily strain could easily lead to accidents, especially when I'm there, because I would need to be home to go to school the next day. And unfortunately, in 2019, my mom was really tired after a work shift, but still decided to drive anyways to get me home for school, and we did end up in a car accident. 看到我的父母累到这个程度，让我很心疼。我希望一天我可以好好的照顾他们，保护他们，所以这样子的情况不会再发生。I think that computer science is a great way to help with that goal. Last year, I took a computer science class, and one of the project prompts was to program something that would equitably distribute the COVID vaccine to all Californians. And I've always liked math. It's like a puzzle, and puzzles are fun to solve. So when I saw that there was a type of math that had impact on the real world, I was drawn to the field immediately. 有这个奖学金，我希望我可以安安心心的读4年的计算机，然后说不定一天也可以设计一台更安全的车送给我的父母。Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity.
大家好，我叫黄慧莹 Ellie Huang， 我家住在 Torrance, California.This is my family. Although my grandparents are originally from Guangzhou, China, I grew up with a lot of Vietnamese and Malaysian influence due to my parents. With this multicultural background, I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities I have in America, and I'm excited to try new things. Growing up, my number one supporter has always been my dad. He really sacrificed a lot to give me the life I have today, and it really inspires me to work hard despite all the challenges I may face in life. This is my other family. At school, I'm the president of my school's speech and debate team and TED Ed Club. Here, I share my passion for public speaking and encourage others to share their own stories. During high school, my passion for public speaking and leadership grew. As my school's ASB president, I enjoyed representing all high schoolers within my district at our district's Board of Education meetings. Outside of campus, music has played a large role in my creative expression. It was very important to me to give back to the free music program I learned violin through as a volunteer violin assistant teacher. Everywhere I go, I'm always learning. As a volunteer through my Sea Cadet program, as one of 3 girls, I learned how to earn the respect of my shipmates. And this eventually helped me become the first female Chief Petty Officer of our division. And my family continues to grow as I'm one of 30 freshmen admitted into UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business through their Global Management program. I am truly thankful to the OCCACCF scholarship for giving me the support to take on this program.
当我第一次听到 OCCACCF， 我感到受关注和支持。我非常期待认识不同的朋友和学者。我希望我们都能成功，并为我们是亚洲人而感到自豪。
你好，我是 Jane Janawar.I recently graduated from the International Baccalaureate program at Walnut High School, and I will be attending UC Berkeley this fall, majoring in industrial engineering and operations research. My family emigrated from China to Indonesia to the US, and my parents work hard to give my sister and I a good life and a better education, so receiving this OCCACCF scholarship is like a dream. I've always had a love for music, service, and learning.My interest in music is shown through the guzheng. I'm in my 8th year of playing the guzheng and have completed 10 levels offered for it. I am also in my 3rd year of playing with the string and bamboo orchestra. For service, I volunteer at Shepherd's Pantry because of their mission to provide resources and services for those in need. For learning, I am a curious person, so I wanted to learn more in depth about various subjects like bio and math. That's how I came to join the International Baccalaureate or the IB program. The program allowed me to realize that industrial engineering would be an interesting path, and I plan on bringing my love for learning to Berkeley as I pursue to further my mind. Through these interests, I've learned the importance of a balance between the activities I enjoy and my schoolwork. I found I work a lot better with lists and schedules, so making schedules especially allows me to finish both my schoolwork and do the things I enjoy like playing the guzheng or hanging out with my friends. The activities and programs I involved myself in allowed me to realize and learn various important life lessons, and I know I'll be able to discover much more. 谢谢 OCCACCF for selecting me as one of your 2022 scholars, as it will be an extreme help for both me and my family.
Hi, my name is Zhong Jiejing, but everyone calls me Jimmy. I am from China, and I'm the first generation of this family to go to college. When I was 10 years old, my family escaped China's one-child policy. My parents worked very hard and made many sacrifices for this. Our whole family is full of hope for living in this free land. To support the family, my father had to work 3 jobs, so our family has little entertainment. I saw my classmates playing video games one day by chance. It piqued my interest, so I started researching. So I got into this field, and through this video game, I've taught students how to win. I also taught elementary school students mathematics online in the community, and some people gave me money to help with my family's burdens. At the same time, I developed a great interest in mathematics, so I became a tutor for my classmates. But 2 years ago, my mother was injured in a car accident. We didn't have good insurance, so it caused a lot of burdens. Watching my mother's long-term rehabilitation, I decided that I would utilize my research methods on video games to research artificial intelligence. I hope to use this knowledge to help my mother, at the same time also help people who suffer from the same illness.
I will be going to UC Berkeley this fall, and OCCACC Foundation have made it a reality for me. which 最重要的是，我衷心感谢 OCCACC Foundation 对我提供如此丰富的奖学金。我会努力工作，以便将来能为社区做出贡献。
你好，我的名字是 Danny Lam。我1岁跟我家长来美国。我家长来美国为找一个更好的生活给我们。我们先来美国的时候非常困难，对我们全部。My mother's poor English skills paired with my father's physical disability made stable employment near impossible. Despite these difficulties, my parents always attempted to drive me towards higher education. I would hear stories of scientists and inventors like Newton and James Watt. My mother would go out of her way to find free resources for me, taking me to museums and workshops like the Science Center. It was here where I discovered my love for engineering, relishing in its processes as I tried to create an earthquake-resistant building. The early support my parents provided me drove me towards both engineering and achievement. In middle school, I would partake in summer camps, which would allow me to experiment and design my own circuits. 我在高中里为呢想承受着想当工程师的梦想，我会做我们高中有了最复杂、最吃力的微积分和物理课程。One activity where I devoted a lot of my time to was the Team America Rocketry Challenge. TARC is a competition where we got to build and design our own rockets to meet competition goals. Every Friday, a JPL engineer would come over and guide us through the rocket design and building process. It was here where I learned key skills, namely improvisation, coordination, and the scientific process. As I went through high school, I would often go back and reflect on the resources that initially helped me towards my path to higher education. As I went back and reflected, I thought of giving back to my community. 所以为了还回给社会，我开始教同学物理和微积分， 帮了6个人在班上拿到最高的分数。My journey to studying mechanical engineering at UC Berkeley has been punctured by adversity and challenge, yet I have been helped along by the resources available to me and my ample support system. 我想拿这一段时间感谢我家长、我的朋友OCCACCF 因为他们给我这机会、这奖学金让我以后可以成功谢谢你。
大家好，我是 Almani High School 今年的毕业生刘慧珊 Vivian Lau。我土生土长在加州，但我父母是从越南移民到美国的。为了追求更好的生活，他们每日每夜都在辛苦赚钱。My dad worked long grueling hours at the warehouse, loading and unloading 100-pound packages, but he still managed to prepare us 3 hot-cooked meals a day. My mom would head off to CVS or Rite Aid after getting off 8-hour workdays to purchase household essentials with a coupon she spent hours cutting out of newspapers on the weekends. 我们之前租的房子很小，我的卧室都是装满了一箱一箱的洗发水和沐浴乳，因此我以为我住在一个库房里。我们2016年买到了房子，但生活上的经济负担也变得越来越重了。My parents would constantly argue over our financial circumstances. Due to my parents' language barrier, I became the designated family interpreter for letters, conversations, and applications. Rather than viewing my role as a burden or my storage room bedroom as an embarrassment, I take pride in how far my family has come and the road they paved the way for me to be successful. 当我认识到我家庭责任以及我教育和未来成功背后的重要性，它将变成我学习进步的主要动力。During high school, I discovered my passion to serve my community and their needs. Since I joined the American Red Cross, I've educated over 300 youths across LA County and coordinated 10 blood drives. As a UNICEF Club founder and president, I led my team in raising $730 to support children and families in developing countries. I aspire to become a physician who enhances, educates, and advocates for patients and their health, all while providing quality care and support during their most vulnerable moments in life. This fall, I will be attending UCLA, majoring in molecular cell and developmental biology. 谢谢呈现华人商会基金会给我机会能够专心读书，以及在不久的将来回馈我家人和社会。
你好，我的名字是 Michael Ma， 我会参加 Boston University. I'm half Chinese from my father and Irish from my mother, and I'm also the 7th of 8 siblings. Being white passing and not knowing how to speak Chinese, I've always struggled with my identity as a Chinese American. But I'm very, very grateful to my dad and my nanai for teaching me important cultural values growing up. I was homeschooled until 8th grade, and I just graduated from Tustin High School. The transition from homeschool to public school was very difficult at first, but it's helped me to come out of my shell and expose me to many new ideas and people. My school has taught me a lot. I've also learned a lot from my job as a barista and from being a Link Crew leader. Link Crew is a program that allows me to be there for freshmen who struggle with the transition to high school like I did. I also spend a lot of time volunteering at church. Church has taught me many important values of love, forgiveness, and service, and even though my faith looks different now, I'm very, very grateful to have learned those values, and I'll carry them into any community that I'm in. I've struggled with my mental health and my anxiety, but making art is what helps me work through those emotions. I'm extremely passionate about music. I play drums in a band, I make my own, and I was the president of my school's music club. I also love visual arts and writing, which I use as the editor-in-chief of my school's yearbook. I joined yearbook because of my freshman year English teacher, who showed me my gift and my passion for writing. I want to major in English and become a teacher like her so that I can inspire kids in the same way that she inspired me. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much to the OCCACC Foundation and every single one of the donors for helping me achieve my educational goals. Having such a big family, finances have always been really tight, and after living paycheck to paycheck for so long, we don't have any money saved for me to go to college. So this scholarship will go a really long way, and it's also inspiring me to work hard and give to others in my future. So thank you so much for your generosity.
大家好，我是于开文，英文名字是 Kevin Yu。我2004年出生在纽约市，在一个有单亲母亲和婆婆的低收入家庭长大。我是家里唯一的孩子。在德州生活了8年后，我们搬来了加州城县。在这里，我爱上了篮球。In the 8th grade, I tore my left meniscus. After getting surgery and rehabbing for 10 months, I worked harder than ever to return to the game I loved. Eventually, in my senior year, I became my school's March Madness basketball champion. After my freshman year, I became a UN Junior Ambassador for the World Organization for Sustainability Leadership. As the youngest among 10 college students, I represented the program as a spokesperson. The program was filled with heavy research and college-level lectures, but I embraced these challenges. 在我所做的每一件事中，我都希望对周围的人产生持久的影响。在家里，10岁的我帮助婆婆准备入籍考试。在高中，我作为 Link Crew 专员，帮助新生适应高中生活。我也在教会做了6年义工。我真的很喜欢为他人服务，让社区变得更美好。I will attend UC Irvine as a campus-wide honors collegium student. As a business major, I want to pursue investment banking and venture capital. One of my educational goals in college is to study abroad in Spain, to enhance my global perspective, and to perfect my Spanish.
我要感谢所有奖学金捐赠者对下一代人才的投资，这份奖学金对我意义重大。感谢城县华人商会基金会所有的委员，你们是我的榜样，谢谢。
大家好，我的名字是 Andy Zhu 朱安迪，我是今年北漠高中的毕业生。我出生在马萨诸塞州，我的爸爸妈妈是从中国来的，他们在美国认识的，当他们读研究生的时候，跟我姐姐一起，他们读的都是科学、数学、物理、计算机，所以我记得我从一个很小的年纪就对这些东西有很多感兴趣。Although we weren't particularly well off, we were together, and that was enough. Around my 10th birthday, my mother became very sick. Between visits to doctors, specialists, and even the ER, nobody was able to pin down her exact condition. But they recommended that she stop working, so she did. It took a toll, and eventually my mother and father split. At the same time, my sister was leaving for college, leaving just me and my mother to fend for ourselves. It was a very difficult period in my life, but one way I was able to deal with it was by reaching out to my community. At the end of high school, I've been the president of the math and physics clubs, co-captain of the science Olympiad club, a member of the highest choir, and part of the varsity debate team. But I realized that applying mathematics was my true calling. As I took advanced courses with local universities like multivariable calculus and real analysis, it occurred to me that these tools were capable of changing the world. I began doing research in a local lab at UCI with a professor on computational glioblastoma and solid tumor models. As I'm publishing a paper with an applied mathematics journal, I've come to realize that science is not only a way of advancing our understanding of the world, but a way of advancing our very health and well-being. This fall, I'll be starting as a computer science major at Carnegie Mellon University. I'm looking forward to using the resources and connections there to continue my research and to eventually found a company of my own that changes the role of computers in personalized medicine and healthcare. I'm very grateful to the OCCACCF for giving me the opportunity to focus on my studies through high school and for their generosity in supporting me and my family. Thank you very much for listening.
大家好，我是朱恒辉，我的英文名字叫 Eric Zhu。我家人有姥姥、妈妈、妹妹和我。我就读于局限艺术高中电影电视专业，今年夏天将就读于伯克利电影系。从小我在中国上海长大，在5年级的时候来到美国，当时我的英文水平只有中国外语课的基础，所以与学生们沟通非常困难。但是我阅读了大量的英文书籍，甚至背诵了 I Have a Dream 的著名演讲。One of the biggest challenges I've experienced was the lack of familial support. Due to the separation of my parents overseas, we have to financially support ourselves through the rental of spaces in our home to international students. I also have to take an active role in the family by doing laundry, washing dishes, mopping the floor, cleaning the toilet, and also many other aspects of maintaining the house. One thing that drove me to pursue my goals is to promote cultural understanding between China and the United States. I created Pacific Bridge, a project that involved the creation of Kung Fu classes for youngsters, documentary videos that talked about America and Chinese culture, and a cultural club at school that shared about Chinese culture in the US. This project is successful because I taught Kung Fu to over 100 students across 16 states, and the documentaries are screened multiple times at my school in film festivals and is featured on the 35th anniversary of my school. I am also involved in being the producer for a Chinese New Year Festival Gala hosted by HTTV, allowing me to use the filmmaking skills I learned at school to contribute to society. I am so grateful to be an OCCACCF 2022 scholarship recipient. Thank you.